All right, this is What's the Deal from the treadmill. All right, Dr. Mardiaz here at your service, just to let you know a quick little something about what I'm doing and why I'm doing this. Okay, number one, what I'm doing is I am preaching the truth from the Bible alone. All right, all the time, King James Version. All right, right now I'm standing on a treadmill. I'm dressed because I just finished getting my cardio in. All right, just finished getting my cardio in. So what Dr. Mardiaz is doing is I'm working on losing weight and keeping it off, even muscle mass. All right, I'm going to carry way too much muscle mass for a man in his 50s. All right, I need to be lighter and tighter, being a man in his 50s. All right, I love to move around iron. Anybody who knows me knows this. I love to throw around iron. I mean, been blessed with a lot of strength. I can move around a lot of weight. All right, but I have to get, 50 fit. All right, I have to get my cardio in. I have to make sure I keep my flexibility up so my blood can flow properly, my digestive system can work, my immune system is staying in tip-top shape, my testosterone levels is up, all that, okay? So you ask, why am I standing on this treadmill? Why am I making this video? Why is this called What's the Deal from the Treadmill? Okay, like I said just previously, I love to throw around iron. I can move around a lot of weight, right? But I have to get my cardio in. Cardio is something that I do not like to do. Once upon a time in my 20s, over 30 some years ago, I liked to do cardio. Once I got out of my 30s, I stopped liking doing cardio. But cardio is something that's necessary, something that I have to do. So I was blessed with the idea. Since you are anointed to preach from the Bible, preach and teach the Bible, right? And since that's something that you are anointed to do and therefore enjoy doing, why not get out of the way what you don't like to do, which is put your cardio in. Then once you put your cardio in, go ahead and preach and teach the word. All right. It's the idea I was given. If it sounds crazy, I'm glad it sounds crazy. If it sounds funny, I'm glad I can make somebody laugh out there. All right. Anybody who truly knows me, I've always been odd. I rejoice in being odd. Okay. Over 20 some years ago, I've been and lost my mind and gained the mindset of the Messiah. All right. So say what you say. This is what I do. All right. So I'd like to share this message with y'all today. So let's put on the word.
And it was at Jerusalem, the feast of the dedication, and it was winter. And Jesus walked in the temple in Solomon's porch. Then came the Jews round about him, and said unto him, How long dost thou make us doubt? If thou be Christ, tell us plainly. Jesus answered them, I told you, and ye believed not. The works that I do in my Father's name, they bear witness of me. But ye believe not, because ye are not of my sheep, as I said unto you.
All right, that was Gospel according to John, chapter 10, verses 22 through 26. All right, in the name of this sermonette, because that's what I do from the treadmill. Once I'm finished putting in my cardio, I preach and teach on the treadmill. I preach and teach sermonettes. All right, and this particular sermonette tonight is entitled Simplify How You Identify. Okay, simplify how you identify. Now, we have to know who we are. We have to know what we are assigned to do. We have to know who gave us the assignment. We have to know where we are assigned to go. And we have to know when it is time to tell others anything. All right. We don't have to explain things to others. We don't have to give nobody any explanation unless we are led to do so. I'm led to give an explanation tonight in this sermonette. Okay. Now, I'm not defined by a title, although it defines who I am. Okay. That might sound contradictory, but it's not. Okay. I have doctor in front of my name, right? Okay. Not just because I've earned a doctorate degree. I have DR in front of my name because it stands for discipline required. That defines who I am. I have to be disciplined. Okay. I'm anointed and appointed to be disciplined. All right. If all three of my men are not online, if my mental is not straight, if my physical is not straight, and if my spiritual is not straight, I'm off. I'm offline. Okay. So I have to be disciplined. All three of my men, my trichotomous self, my triune self has to be disciplined to stay online, to be therefore effective. Okay. Now, we must always stand on our identity, even if others don't believe it, don't accept it, mock it, ridicule it, or hate it. We have to stand on who we are. This is Hanukkah season, right? And this was during the Feast of Dedication, what we just read from the Gospel according to John chapter 10, verses 22 through 26. It was the Feast of Dedication. Dedication in Hebrew means Hanukkah, right? So it was a dedication. It was Hanukkah time. It was during that season, right? And I'll be teaching on that before. I'll be teaching on that in the future, excuse me. Yes, I have taught on it before. I will be teaching on that in the future before anybody tries to jump on the bandwagon on that and say that I'm off, that Hanukkah is something that doesn't exist. I'll be teaching on the Feast of Dedication. It's written right here in our Bibles, okay? But I'll be teaching on that another time. But anyway, it was during this time period where these Israelites came to the Messiah and asked him, tell us and make it plain. Are you the Messiah or you aren't? He told them, I told you, but you believe not. You believe not because you are not one of mine. You believe not because you don't want to believe. There are going to be people who ask us, are we really who we say we are? And even if they ridicule it, mock it, deny it, won't believe it, won't accept it, hate on it, we got to stand, baby, on who we are. All right. We got to stand on who the Creator says that we are. We got to stand on what the Creator says that we are. All right. We got to stand on where the Creator says we are going. We got to stand on how the Creator wants us to use the anointing and the gifts that He has given us for His glory, not for our own. All right. We got to stand on when or even if we need to give people an explanation of who we are, what we are doing, where we are going. All right. So we got to stand, y'all. We got to simplify how we identify. All right. We should make it plain and simple. All right. We should not have to give people a paragraph explaining who we are. I shouldn't have to waste any energy telling people, well, I've got a doctorate degree because I went to this university, then I went to this seminary, then I went to this correspondence school, then I went to this. No, that ain't none of nobody's business. All right. I know the name my Creator gave me. I know the title that He gave me. All right. So I'm going to stand on it. I'm going to simplify how I identify. All right. Dr. Marty S. Allen. That's all you need to know. All right. What do? I do what I'm doing right now. That's all you need to know. Why am I training? Why am I looking foolish standing on this treadmill in this garage? Right. Why am I doing this? It's none about nobody's business. I'm just doing what I've been anointed, appointed, and assigned to do. So that's all that needs to be known. All right. Simplify how we identify. All right. Stop trying to make it fancy. Stop trying to make it complicated. All right. Stop trying to make it fancy to where, you don't speak a certain language. They can't even pronounce your name. All right. The Creator has a simple name that He's given us. Go to Psalm chapter 68. You'll see what I'm talking about. Okay. Anybody in any language can pronounce His name. All right. We shouldn't have to draw a picture to tell people this is what our name is. Okay. My tongue is not held. I can speak. I am not mute. So somebody asks me what my name is. If I choose to tell them, I'm going to tell them. All right. If I get pulled over by the police and they want to see some identification, I show them my identification. It has my government name on there, who I am. All right. And it has my license number to identify who I am. I don't need nothing fancy. I don't need a whole bunch of a suitcase full of paperwork. I have these papers and these papers say who I am. No, simply on my driver's license, and it's simply what came out of my mouth. That's who I am. They don't want to believe it. They don't want to accept it. That's their problem, not yours. All right. So once again, this is Dr. Marty S., born again, preaching, prophetic, author. And now you know the deal from the treadmill. Shalom.